Hello, Storm here, and welcome back. I have some fancy new toys to show you. Let me show you my new toys. I've gone and gotten myself some fun and funky new blaze rods. Let me show you how that happened on stream. Oh my gosh, we just found a fortress immediately. Let's see, how do I get down there? It's not super easy. Well, there we go. I guess I got out of my recording funk because that's really good. I have 0 fire protection, so I'm hoping that I don't get into a situation where I need it. Did you ever notice how this block looks like the sniffer? Something to think about. Ah! What was that? Oh, that was a blaze. Okay, I take a good amount of fire damage, as it turns out. There's one. Hey, buddy. I've come so far since Singleplayer Storm Season 1, when this literally just took me out for about 3 hours. Hey, and there's our blaze spawner. This is a great day. This is a great day. It's a double! Are you kidding me? It's a double blaze spawner! This seed is so good! This seed is so good! Do I have torches? Oh goodness. Okay, hi guys. Okay. One moment. This seed is so good. I cannot believe how good this seed is. I need to live really quickly, but... Oh my gosh. Guys. I'm like, yeah, I'll just go live for a chill stream today. Not gonna do much, you know. Just gonna clean up from last time. I don't have that many plans. I pull up to the nether, immediate fortress, immediate double spawner. What is going on? What is going on? I am gonna light it up though, because I want to live. Hey guys. They're pretty much timed with each other. That's really nice. Hey. Blaze rod. Hello. I want to live. I call hacks. Nope. Somehow this is completely organic. Oh, there's another. Okay. Well, I do want to not die. So, let's... Oh, there's quite a few of you. Okay. Double blaze spawner does come with a lot of blazes, as it turns out. Who would have known? But it's okay, we're vibing. This is such a blessed world. You're so right, X. Oh my goodness. This is officially the best seed I've ever had in my life. Watch the stronghold be like 10,000 blocks away, though. There's no way I can have this good luck. It's just not possible. You seem a little, incensed. That was a fire joke. Everything's on fire. The nether, for sure. I came here for soul sand. I found something else. Is this the other? Oh, I ran right into it. Yeah, that's the other one. Great. And I'm out of here. And I'm out. I'm out. Bye. Bye, everybody. Yeah, where are ya? That's the first time I've shot a bow, really? That's funny. Honestly, it's a pretty chill fortress. For what it's worth, like, this is not bad. It's big, though, which is nice. And we got the blaze thing on one end. Maybe I'll make a blaze farm for, like, fuel. Just because I can, you know? It's not often that you get it. Oh, that was so rude. I was literally talking to my chat. That was so rude. You actually missed. That was really bad. Hey, nether wart room. Let's go. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Oh, my shield's gonna break. And there it goes. Not even a hit. Come on, baby. Sub to storm, sub to storm, sub to storm, storm pog. Hell yeah. By the way, YouTube, this is a great time to mention that you should come and hang out at some of the Twitch streams. I do them pretty often. And sometimes you get fun exclusive content like me discovering a nether fortress. And a double blaze spawner. X is correct. They are indeed so nice and don't bite most of the time. I mean, they never bite. They wouldn't do that. We're only slightly sassy to Storm. Yeah, only slightly sassy. So if you want to bully me just as hard as my Twitch chat does, twitch.tv/StormJ0. Whoa! Okay, that's a fun way to find out that my gold helmet broke. I did not realize. So I basically had some of the best luck of my Minecraft life. And the reason I was in the nether in the first place was honestly just for one thing. I wanted soul sand. And why did I want soul sand? Because this has been my way down to my mine for a very long time. And this ladder goes down to here, and then it keeps going down, and then I have a very terrible staircase, which has since been blocked in. But I was hitting my head every single time I wanted to go down to mine. So I needed some soul sand to make bubble elevators from, and now we have a much nicer way to get down to our mine. This gets us to copper level. If we keep going, this gets us to iron level. Splish, and this gets us all the way down to diamond level. So there we go, a much easier way to get down to my mines, and if I want to get back up, I simply hop up my new bubble columns, thanks to the kelp that I got from the ocean after getting soul sand during that nether stream. And I can really just head back up pretty quickly without having to go back up stairs and ladders and all of that, which is very, very nice. I know this isn't a big, like, project for you guys, but this did end up taking about an hour, and it's just very nice for quality of life. It cuts down on a lot of time just walking up and down a spiral staircase. So I guess that's kind of a motivation to do things right the first time. I did end up leaving the nether a little bit early because I wanted to get started on the bubble elevator project, so I am actually going to head back in for a little bit and just grab a few more blaze rods while I can. Still have no fire protection, we're just going in. Also, just as kind of an aside, if you'll pardon my voice for this episode, I have been sick for the past week, so I'm not feeling too badly anymore, but my voice still is a little bit different than it was, so if you hear any difference between that stream and today's recording, that's why. Ah, there's my spawners, full of fire, as usual. Thank you. Thank you for dying. And 7. I think around 12 total sounds good to me. There we go, and that's 12 blaze rods total, and while I was out, I picked up a few ender pearls. I don't know if I have any already. I might, or maybe not. Well, anyways, I'll go back into the nether later and make a dedicated effort to get some ender pearls when we get closer to finding the stronghold, but for now, I actually want to do one more nether-related project. As you can see, my nether portal currently sticks out like a complete sore thumb. The only thing that matches is the purple with the purple of the roof up here, but I really want to make it more integrated into the landscape, and I want to make it look generally just like a cooler nether portal. So let's start on that project, shall we? So my plan here is I want to carve out a spot for it in the mountain and make it kind of its own cave, and to do that I want to use a lot of cobblestone and mossy cobblestone, as well as, oh, the mossy cobble does not want to show up. Hello? Are you real? There we go. I also want to use some stone, and then some calcite and some snow layers to integrate into the snow on the mountain and also kind of match this build a little bit. But I really just want to make it like a very cool cave with overhanging vines, a lot of moss, a lot of overgrown stuff, and then a big nether portal right at the heart of the cave. So we're going to kind of work with this mountain, we're going to work with the natural terrain, and we're going to see how that goes. Okay, so I've got the cave built. You can see it a tiny bit from here. You can see some vines, but it really is hidden until you get right up on it, which I think is very cool. And I'm very proud of it. It's just kind of like a small little thing, but I like having a nether portal with some sort of aesthetic to it. So you come up on it, and you see just this kind of overgrown cave inset into the mountainside. I've got a lot of moss and vines around and some mossy cobble, and I wanted to integrate some calcite into here too, because we have a snowy mountain just up here, and so I feel like the whites kind of like line up really well. And then we have the nether portal just in a crack in the wall, which I think is very neat. So this is our portal, and we've tied in obviously some whites and some purples to make it fit with the vibe of the tower. The next project I want to work on is a pretty big one. I want to start getting some houses in and around this area and make it look like a real lived-in type of village, because that is the project I want to do. I want to connect those two villages and make this entire thing just kind of feel like a whole town. So I've got some cobblestone here. I'm going to block out some outlines for buildings, and I'm going to get started on a few of them. The vibe for kind of this area is going to be more the blocks that are used over there in that village, so some terracotta and a lot of oak and some cobblestone as well. And once we get over to that side, we're going to use more acacia-themed stuff to kind of tie in both the villages together. Another important thing in this is going to be pathways. We want to make sure everything is connected up really well. So I'm starting a big project right now. This is going to be the bulk of what this series is going to be about, but for now, I'm just going to put down a couple outlines and start on a few houses. Okay, so I've got 10 shapes marked out here in this area for 8 buildings and 1 bridge. We've got a bunch of different types of buildings over here with a bunch of different shapes that'll all have new functions of their own. These 2 shapes right here are going to connect and be one building that you can kind of walk under, and this is going to be our bridge. So bear with me here on the vision, because I think this is going to be very nice to be able to walk through when these are all like sprung up buildings. I plan to have villagers in and out of them and kind of like different professions doing their thing. And it'll be very nice to just walk down through this valley and be able to kind of see everybody going about their day. And it'll give a lot of a sense of life to this village, which is really what I want here. I started on this side because I like to work with this palette a little bit better. So we're really going to be connecting the house and all of these other buildings to that village over there. And eventually the villagers will be rehomed into this kind of bustling town. So I've been doing a lot of detail work and thinking about designs and gathering materials and that type of stuff, and while that is fun, I feel like it lacks a little bit of excitement. So for this segment, I'm gonna see how many tries it takes me to bucket clutch off that mountain. And before anybody gets mad at me, I know I have 30 levels, but now that I have a skeleton grinder, it's actually pretty easy to get back up to that amount of levels, so I'm not worried about it. Oh, and might I mention that I'm bucket clutching off that mountain into a cave? Yeah. Geronimo! Hey! 4th time's the charm, baby. Scientific test concluded. Thank you for tuning in. Alright, so as usual, I like to get the functional stuff in first, so I think I'm going to grab some materials and design a nice bridge, at least one that looks better than that cobblestone one, and that's going to be what we start with for this section of the village. Oh. Well, I was going to say what's up, Xno, but he's already gone. Just wanted to come stand on my roof for a second, you know how he is. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's back. Hey, X, what's up? Oh, well, you know, I kind of wanted that there, but, you know, it's fine, I suppose. Ooh, look at that. We've got a beehive on this one. Okay, this tree's staying exactly how it is. Would you like to get back in that hive, please? No, 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 no. Come back. No, come back. Okay, well, I think there may be more bees in there. And we do that, and make sure this is the silk. Yep. And there we go. I've got myself a beehive. Oh, you know what? That gives me an idea. One of the new houses in the village can be an apiary. I love building apiaries. It's very nice to have just a place for the bees to work, and you can harvest honey. I probably won't be needing all that much honey in this world, so I can do it manually, which means I can make a really pretty looking beehive apiary instead of a bee farm. Because I know bee farms can look nice, but all the redstone tends to make it a little less pretty. But now I can just make kind of a nice greenhouse for them to live in. There we go. The first touch to the area is in a quite nice bridge. I really do like this bridge. It's very simple, just made out of slabs, and with some walls and lanterns as embellishments, but I really like it. I like the chiseled blocks that I used kind of as decoration, and then obviously we've got lanterns kind of as the center focus with these 2 hanging, and then these 4 sitting on the chiseled blocks. It's cute, it's functional, it fits the vibe of what the area is going to look like, and I think it's a nice first touch, and it's definitely inspired me to get started on some buildings. So my goal is to get one of these buildings done by the end of this episode, and I think I'm gonna start on this one, just because it's the closest to my house. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's see how we can transform it. All right, and I'm gonna call that done. So that's the first building that we have here, and let me tell you the story of this building. So first of all, this is a very old building. It's made of some old crumbling stone. As you can see, the foundations have started to crumble a little bit. There's a lot of moss growing on the stone, and it is just a cobblestone and mossy cobblestone foundation. We've got a couple trapdoors here and there for depth that kind of seem like they've been add-ons to the side of the house, you know, kind of to make it fit into the terrain a little bit better. And we've got some pots on the outside here. So when you walk in the house, the first thing you see is it's got kind of a dramatic entrance for such a small house. And it's very simple. Like, 2 people live here, but they really only have, like, a few possessions enough to fit in these barrels. And then they have their 2 beds up here where they sleep. But then if you go into the rest of the house, you find that even though this house is kind of simple, down here is a huge wine cellar. So kind of the story of the people who live here, maybe it's a couple who's taken up lodging in kind of an old house, and they don't have that much. They like to live kind of simply, but they have a passion for, like, wine, and they have a passion for old vintages, and they collect it maybe, or maybe they even brew their own, and maybe there's other spirits down here. So what we've got is we've got barrels upon barrels of wine. We've got kind of a countertop here that they can use to, like, do any processing they need to do. Who knows? Maybe these people even brew their own stuff. Maybe they brew their own, I don't know, let's say mead. And then back here, we've got kind of a fancier area. It's a little bit more tucked away, and you've got all of these, like, jars lined up against the wall. I used the decorated pots from the 1.20 update for this, and you get the sense that it's kind of fancier. You walk in and there's stone bricks. They're kind of sitting up on a shelf, and they're in these jars. Also, I want to shout out another small Minecraft YouTuber named Daskalos, who I've been watching recently, who actually gave me the idea to use these pots as wine jars. So you should check him out. He has a very cool channel. But yes, so this is basically where kind of the nicer spirits are stored in this little back room here, and maybe it's kept away from more humidity or outside conditions in this tucked away area, which has its own little archway. But you get the sense that all of this has been here for a while, that it was kind of dug out of the stone, and you also have these natural granite floors, which actually, this was granite when I dug it out, and I thought that it would be kind of cool to just leave it there, because when you dig out a wine cellar, maybe you're going to leave whatever flooring was in there. So that's kind of the story of this house. It's very simple, but I wanted to make the first one just something kind of simple and fun that would be easy to build other houses off of. So we have our bridge, we have our first house in this section of the village, and over there we've got our cave for another portal. And, dear viewers, that is where I'm going to end out today's episode. So thank you so much for following me along on this adventure. Oh, and it's raining. I had a really fun time with this one, and I'm very excited to start on the project of the rest of the village and start moving some villagers in. So, everybody, I hope you have a great week. Stay hydrated. Bye! See you in the next one.